Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma and I go by the Minimalist Engineer on the internet, and here we talk about simple living on a budget. Today's video I'm going to be sharing with you the story of how I saved $18,000 over the course of 6 months. I understand that overall my financial plan may not be easy for other people to carry out, and I can totally respect that. However, these are sacrifices that I have decided to make for myself so that I could save money for my future. 6 months ago, I decided that I needed to get serious about saving for a new car. I currently drive a 2004 Santa Fe. It has a little over 200,000 miles on it, and that's a lot of miles. That's an old car, so I know that I cannot drive that car reliably forever, which means that I need to make sure that I have enough money saved for a new to-me vehicle, not a new vehicle, just something newer with lower miles. The first thing that I did was I cut expenses. My cash envelopes were always pretty slim, but I got strict and I got cash only spending. That is the simplest way for me to do it. I know some people are really disciplined with their debit cards or their credit cards if you so choose to spend that way. However, cash was the only way to go for me. I started going to a cash-only gas place a couple miles from my house. Gas for the longest time there was $2.02, and everywhere else locally where I live it's like $2.50, $2.30. It's expensive, so you're paying for gas every week. I drive a 2004 Santa Fe. I'm getting about 12 miles to the gallon, so every penny that I can save on gas definitely adds up for me. I also cut my food spending budget and my eating out budget and my fun money budget. I did give myself money, but I felt so guilty spending it because I knew that I needed a car more than I needed to go to dinner with my friends or happy hour with my peers after work, or more than I needed an article of clothing. Anything like that. I truly realized that I needed a car, and I acted like I needed a car. So that leads us to the second thing that I did is I picked up overtime. Overtime is readily available where I work. And so for me, overtime is time and a half on Saturdays, double time on Sundays. So if I would work Saturday and Sunday, I would make a ton of money. Unfortunately, that money gets taxed very heavily, but because of that, I got a massive tax return. So that is for sure the third thing, and not something that I highly recommend, but something that happened to me because my salary was so up and down this year. Because at the beginning of the year, I was not working a lot, and then towards the second half of the year, I was working a ton. I got a huge pay raise halfway through the year, so my taxes were all over the place this year, and I ended up getting a massive tax return. So the fourth thing that happened this year, over those 6 months that I was saving for a car, I had a massive tax return. And that was almost $5,000 when all was said and done. That's a lot of money. And so that really helped me achieve my $18,000 spending goal. I was aware most of the year that I was getting a big tax return because I had accepted a job with a 17% raise. The way my taxes came out was just crazy. So that's what happened to me. So then the fifth thing that I did was I worked really hard at work this year, and I did get a bonus. It was prorated because I took this job halfway through the year. But I did get a almost $3,000 bonus, I think. So that was another big chunk of change that really helped get me to my savings goal of $18,000. So the first thing that I'd like to start off with by saying is that I do live with my parents, and they pay the majority of my bills for me. So they pay my living expenses all the way down to my food. They pay my phone, and they pay my car insurance. My parents did not pay for my college tuition. However, they did pay for my food in college and my gas, but they didn't pay for my tuition, which is how I accumulated $166,000 in debt over the course of 4 years. And I did that on my own. My parents, it's not their fault. They advised me otherwise, but I had a dream school and I went there. So now they are helping me pay off the debt by allowing me to live at their house rent-free. So lucky me. So I will say that is a big jump start as far as saving $18,000 in 6 months. If you want to save a lot of money quick, you gotta cut costs. So for me, not having living expenses for the past year and a half has saved me thousands of dollars. And the final thing that I did to save $18,000 in 6 months, and I do not recommend doing this on purpose, but it's unfortunate and something that just happened to me this year, is I hit a deer with my car. And I will link the full video with that story up here if you guys want to check that out. But basically, I hit a deer. It was like 2 miles from my house, and I saw a deer on the side of the road. I didn't see the one on the other side of the road. Whacked my car, and I got an insurance check for $1,100. Did not fix the bumper on my car, so my car looks atrocious. There is no fog light on my car. The bumper is halfway broken. My car looks more like a Dave car than it ever has before, but that extra $1,000 that I got for my insurance payout was fantastic, because that's money that just went into saving for a new car. I understand that these tips may not be practical for you, but get creative. Saving money is not as difficult as it sounds. You just have to prioritize your spending, and there's 2 ways to save money. You can either spend less or make more, so you just have to think about it in that perspective and what can you do to achieve both. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you did, do not forget to give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.